Hello, friends. We all learn self help and helpfulness as a concept. Have you heard of learned helplessness and the famous experiment conducted by Dr. Martin Seligman? Guys, what's learned helplessness? Well, in psychology, learned helplessness is a state that occurs after a person has experienced a stressful situation repeatedly. They come to believe that they are unable to control or change the situation, so they do not try even when opportunities for change become available. Let me introduce the concept of learned helplessness and how it impacts your entrepreneurial life. Before that, let me tell you in detail about Dr. Seligman's experiment in behavioral psychology. This experiment was conducted at the University of Pennsylvania. In 1965, Martin Seligman conducted an experiment in classical conditioning. It's a branch of behavioral psychology, I believe. Dr. Seligman would ring a bell and then give a light shock to a dog. He repeated this experiment a number of times. And later, when he rang the bell, the dogs reacted as if an electric shock had been delivered and it started whining with pain. He took 3 groups of dogs and put them in 3 different cages marked A, B, and C. The cage marked A had doors that would swing open once a little pressure was exerted. Cage B had a door with a lever. By pressing the lever, the door would swing open. Cage C had doors, but the doors were locked permanently. Now Dr. Seligman conducted this experiment the same way as before. Ring the bell and simultaneously deliver a mild shock. As expected, dogs in cage A whined but managed to run out. Same with cage B dogs. They tried but ultimately found out that by pressing the lever, they could escape from the shock. Dogs in cage C had no chance of escaping. They whined and groaned endlessly. After 10 days of this tortuous experiment, Dr. Seligman kept all the doors of the cages open and repeated the experiment. What surprised him was that when he delivered the electric shock, dogs from cages A and B ran out, whereas the dogs from cage C continued to whine and groan, although the door was left open. This is learned helplessness. That is, you learn to be helpless. What does this experiment have to do with real life situation? One takeaway is that whatever obstacles you face, how you attribute counts. Seligman concluded after further research that the way people view the negative events that happen to them can have an impact on their lives, like attributing blame on others or a situation that caused that outcome. Learned helplessness can have a significant impact on an entrepreneur's professional life, influencing various aspects of their business endeavors. Here are some ways in which learned helplessness can affect entrepreneurs. One is decision-making paralysis. Entrepreneurs who experience learned helplessness may struggle with making decisions, fearing that their choices will lead to negative outcomes. This can result in a lack of action and missed opportunities, hindering their ability to make critical business decisions in a timely manner. Next is lack of innovation. Entrepreneurs who believe that their actions are futile may become complacent and resist taking risks or trying new approaches. This lack of innovation can lead to stagnation and an inability to adapt to changing market trends and customer preferences. Downfall. Next is risk aversion. Entrepreneurs impacted by learned helplessness may become risk averse, fearing that any action they take will result in failure. This can prevent them from pursuing potentially lucrative opportunities and ventures, ultimately limiting their business growth. Next is dependency on others. Entrepreneurs who feel helpless may develop a dependence on others for decision making and problem solving. This can lead to over-reliance on advisors or partners, reducing their ability to independently navigate challenges and seize opportunities. Lower self-confidence. Learned helplessness can erode an entrepreneur's self-confidence and self-efficacy. They may doubt their own abilities and skills, leading to a diminished belief in their capacity to achieve their goals. Next is the negative impact on leadership. Leaders impacted by learned helplessness may struggle to inspire and motivate their team. Their lack of confidence and indecisiveness can undermine their ability to lead effectively and set a clear direction for the business and the team. Difficulty dealing with setbacks? Yes. Entrepreneurs with learned helplessness mindset may interpret setbacks and failures as evidence of their inability to succeed. This can lead to a cycle of avoidance and a reluctance to persevere in the face of challenges. What about limited growth potential? The combination of inaction, risk aversion, and lack of innovation can hinder a business growth's potential. Entrepreneurs who are trapped in learned helplessness may struggle to scale their operations or expand into new markets. And how do you break the cycle of learned helplessness? Entrepreneurs can take proactive steps to overcome learned helplessness and foster a more empowered and resilient mindset. One is self-awareness. Recognize and acknowledge patterns of learned helplessness in your thinking and behavior. Awareness is the first step towards the change. Challenge negative thoughts. Challenge negative beliefs that perpetuate learned helplessness. Replace them with more empowering and realistic perspectives. Focus on learning and growth. Embrace a growth mindset that values continuous learning and improvement. View challenges as opportunities to learn and evolve. Do celebrate successes. Celebrate even small successes to build self-confidence and remind yourself of your capabilities. Make achievable goals. Break down larger goals into smaller, achievable steps. Each accomplishment can help counter feelings of helplessness. You must seek support. Reach out to mentors, coaches, and peers who can provide guidance, encouragement, and a fresh perspective. Think of taking calculated risks. Gradually expose yourself to calculated risks. Build your resilience and proving to yourself that you can handle challenges. Practice resilience. Develop resilience by learning to bounce back from setbacks and failures. Resilience is an essential trait for entrepreneurial success. In conclusion, learned helplessness can have a profound impact on an entrepreneur's professional life, hindering decision making, innovation, and growth. However, with self-awareness, determination, and a commitment to personal growth, entrepreneurs can break free from this mindset, regain their sense of agency, and thrive in the ever-evolving world of business. So it is important that past negative outcomes do not dictate your present move when you are at a crossroad. Let's now look at some real life examples of entrepreneurs who eventually led their business to collapse. Henry Ford won. While Henry Ford is widely known for revolutionizing the automobile industry with the assembly line, he faced challenges related to learned helplessness. After achieving immense success with Model T, Ford's resistance to adapt and innovate caused his company to lag behind competitors. He resisted changing his production methods and designs, believing that his way was the best. This unwillingness to adapt led to a decline in Ford Motor Company's market share. You must have heard about Kodak. The Kodak company, once a dominant force in the photography industry, fell victim to learned helplessness as digital photography emerged. Despite having invented digital camera technology, Kodak's leaders failed to recognize the potential impact on their film-based business model. They clung to the business that film was their core business and were slow to adapt to the digital revolution. This inaction eventually led to the company's decline and bankruptcy. Next is BlackBerry. BlackBerry, the once dominant player in the smartphone industry, faced learned helplessness as it struggled to keep up with changing market dynamics. Despite its initial success with business users, BlackBerry failed to innovate and adapt to the consumer market's demand. The company's leadership remained complacent and believed that their loyal customer base would sustain them. This mindset contributed to their decline as competitors like Apple and Android-based devices took over the market. Have you heard of Blockbuster? Well, Blockbuster, the renowned video retail chain, faced learned helplessness when the entertainment industry shifted towards digital streaming and online rentals. Despite having an opportunity to purchase Netflix in its early stages, Blockbuster's leadership was dismissive and believed that their brick-and-mortar stores were sufficient. This failure to adapt to changing consumer preferences led to their eventual downfall of Blockbuster as Netflix became a dominant player in the industry. These examples highlight how learned helplessness can impact entrepreneurs and companies, leading to a lack of adaptability and innovation. Overcoming this mindset is crucial for sustained success, rapidly changing business landscape. It underscores the importance of embracing change, remaining open to new change, willing to change and challenge the preconceived notions to stay relevant and competitive. So that's it, my friends. I'm Shani from your channel, Smartactics. Thank you.